Homeowners, listen up. The Bank of Canada has just handed you a holiday gift that could change everything. Another 50 basis point interest rate cut. So, what does that mean for you? Well, it's going to mean lower interest rates, easier buying power, and maybe even the chance to finally snag a home that you've been dreaming about. But here's the kicker. It's not all that straightforward, and there is a twist that you don't want to miss. But really quick, before we get into it, if you're new here, my name is Glen Hopkins, and I create videos all about Canadian real estate, especially in the Vancouver and Fraser Valley area. So if that is something of interest to you, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That way you're not going to miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Also, if you would like to have a chat about buying or selling a home, there is a link in the description box below where you can schedule a call with me. There's never any pressure, there's no obligation, and I'm really easy to talk with. So I just want to be here to help you however I can. And of course, if you are anywhere else in North America, I can personally handpick and connect you with a trusted agent. Real quick, I also want to let you know that I've put together a free guide that can help you negotiate the best possible deal on your next home. And you can download it using the link in the description box below. All right, so that said, let's get into this. The Bank of Canada has just dropped another big one, cutting interest rates by 50 basis points. That's a full 0.5%. Now, this applies to both the overnight lending rate and variable mortgage rates. So if you've been following the market this year, you know that this is the 5th rate cut so far, and it's easily the most aggressive year that we've seen in a long time. So a little backstory, just a few months ago, cuts like these were seen as risky. The fear was that lowering borrowing costs could overheat the housing market and push inflation still higher. But now with the economy facing major challenges, the Bank of Canada is doing whatever it can and whatever it takes to get things moving again. And housing is their go-to play. So what this means for mortgages is that once the banks adjust to this rate cut, we're going to see variable rate mortgages drop by about 0.5%. And that means that brokers will likely start advertising rates at around 4.3%. The big banks, well, their rates are probably going to remain a little bit higher. No surprise there. But what does this actually mean for your wallet? Well, on a $400,000 mortgage with a 25-year amortization, you're looking at savings of at least $100 per month. And, if you've been on a variable rate through all of the 5 rate cuts that we've seen this year, your payments have already dropped quite a bit so far. For buyers, a 0.5% cut can slightly boost your affordability. Now, depending on your income and your down payment, this could mean affording a home that's around $30,000 more expensive. So while it's not a game changer for everyone, it might just be enough to tip the scales for some people. So what about prices though? Where are they headed right now? After the October rate cut, we saw sales surge in the Fraser Valley and Vancouver. However, interestingly, prices dropped just a little, which is uncharacteristic. Typically when rates drop, prices, they tend to go up. But today's rate cut might not deliver the same punch. And I say that because the holidays are here. And let's face it, buyers, sellers, and agents, they all tend to slow down at this time of year. And yes, well, December will be busier than it was last year at this time. It probably is not going to match the uptick that we saw in October. Still though, don't sit back and wait for January. The market is almost certainly going to get busier. So, if you're serious about buying, now is the time to start planning. Take the time to get pre-approved and connect with a realtor to help you get all of your ducks in a row. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to reveal how the new mortgage rules, which are kicking in on December 15th, could change everything. But first, mark your calendar, December 15th. That is when 2 major changes to the mortgage rules come into effect, and they could be a total game changer. First, the insured mortgage limit is going up from $1 million to $1.5 million. And that means that you're going to need a smaller down payment for a higher priced home. So for example, instead of needing $200,000 for a $1.5 million home, you're only going to need $75,000. Second, 30-year amortizations are making a comeback, but only for first-time homebuyers and pre-construction properties. So this means that lower monthly payments and easier qualifying is on its way. But here's the catch, while these rules are going to make buying more attainable, they don't necessarily make it more affordable. So those longer amortizations, sure, they're going to save you monthly, but they're also going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars more in interest over the life of your loan. Now, on their own, these changes might have had a modest impact, but when you combine them with 5 rate cuts and potentially more reductions in early 2025, you're looking at what will be probably one of the busiest winter markets that we have seen in years. So that said, what should buyers do now? Well, if you're planning to buy, you don't want to wait. Even with the holidays around the corner, now is the time to lock in your pre-approval. Rates are low, and these new rules could make all of the difference for certain buyers. The bottom line is that the market is only going to heat up from here, and acting now could give you the crucial edge that you need before the January rush. But here's the wild card. There's one major factor looming that could completely flip the script on everything that we have just discussed. So if you want to know what that is, I'm going to be breaking it down in my next video. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video, and I'll see you there.